Guys, I feel like it's been a long time. I wanted to share with you some stuff I've been doing to work on my side extension. It's still not great. I didn't start doing a really intense training in that until I was in my 20s, and I'm never going to have a leg clear up here, but I wanted to share with you some of the stuff I've been doing for that, and I'm going to do it in a follow along format if you want to do it with me. So I'm going to start with the hip opener and warm up that I've done in another video. So if you don't want to do that, just skip the next about 8 minutes and you can get on to kind of the other stuff I've been doing. But I just walked up to this studio in the cold. I don't know if you can see behind me, it's kind of raining, snowing, doing that interesting Utah thing where it's just cold and wet. So I'm going to warm up my hips a little bit and then show you some of the stuff I've been doing. I've stolen a little bit of this from like Catherine Morgan and Claudia Dean. Some of it I got from another friend of mine who's a professional ballerina in California. And it's just stuff that's going to come together that I found that helps with my hips. So let's start. I just call these hip rolls or hip circles. I'm going to go knee up, side, down. I'm going to do 16 of those. 16. 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Then we reverse, knee goes out. Lift 1, 2. The position of your foot doesn't matter. 5, 6, so it can be pointed or flexed. And if your hips are hurting, you don't have to come up as high. You can keep your heel down by your shin, or you can bring it all the way up to your knee. I think that was 16. I can't count and talk. Let's change legs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, reverse. It doesn't matter either if your socks match or not. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Okay, little butterfly, just kind of see where that is. It should feel hot right up in that connection of the leg to the body. Just kind of open that up a little bit. Okay, next my turnout stretch, which I also did in the other video. So this leg comes out in front, and then you're gonna scrunch your toe up and turn it on the side. And then I'm gonna go at a little bit of an angle here, so I'm trying to stay in frame. And then I'm gonna lean forward on this, and we're stretching right in here again. Control your depth with your hands, because this can be kind of tender. You don't just want to drop into it. You lengthen out your back leg. The goal eventually is to get your foot in the center of your chest. I'm still a little chilled today, so we'll see how far we get. And you can shift back and forth and also get a little bit of a stretch in the back here around your glutes and your piriformis area, just by moving around. Okay, come out of it slowly. Don't ever want to pop out of a stretch that's that intense on such a small little muscle. Okay, other side. Lunge, scrunch, turn. If this is uncomfortable, it really was for me the first time I tried it. You want to try and be on the fatty side of your foot. It's the equivalent of this part of your hand. And it just kind of takes figuring out where your spot is. Kind of like when you put your foot on the bar to do the bar stretches and it maybe makes your ankle hurt. You just have to figure out where that doesn't hurt as much. And then also you're a dancer, so you just get used to the pain, I guess. This is actually very comfortable for me now, though. Okay, now that that's kind of heated up, I'm gonna do a little squat. I've been working on this, I'm not super good at it. It's still very turned out, but I'm just trying to find another little bit more of a stretch in my legs, going to the sides. And you can hang out here for as long as you want. This is just trying to get more open before we start engaging and really going for the, for me, more extreme extension. I have a problem with dropping this arch, and I can feel it start to ache when I do that. You probably saw it too. So make sure you're lifting up your arch. Again, trying to stay more on the back side of your foot, on that fleshy part. Next, I'm going to do a little side lunge. Sorry if my feet leave the frame. Okay, and this is, I have also been working on this one, so if you're not quite this deep, go ahead and keep yourself supported with your hands. Most important is to keep this heel down and then that foot extended, and then you just sink as deep down as you can, and it should still be a stretch here and deep in here. And other things might stretch too, but that's kind of our goal. I can feel this hamstring starting to stretch a little bit too. So just hang out here a little bit. I don't quite have my chest all the way up. I feel a little unstable still. Okay, then a challenge here, I might fall out of the frame a little bit, is to come up and go through that stretch as you switch sides. So move back over. Okay, and just hang out here for a bit. You can push this knee back out with your elbow. Make sure you're not pressing on the knee joint. I'm trying to stay just above the knee, so I'm actively stretching here. I'm not pushing into my knee joint. Okay, that's it for that. We're gonna come up and just wiggle that out a little bit. Okay. I'm also gonna throw, I call it a recovery stretch. We're gonna stretch our turn out, and then I need to actually stretch my turn in as well. See this, I struggle getting my knees together here, which tells me I'm really tight on the outside, but we'll work on our extension first. So start on either side, and you wanna get as close to a good ballet position as you can, so keep this lower leg engaged, either like you're standing on point, or like you were standing, this one's harder for me, on the floor, okay? And we're just gonna do a little battement. Let's do 8. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. If you want to get more, go ahead and do 32 of them. We're just going to do 8 for today. Now we do little extensions. So passe, 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 5, and 6, and 7, and 8. My lower foot's already starting to cramp. I'm going to go ahead and point it. Next we go up, extend, and then into passe. 8, and 7, and 6, and 5, and 4, and 3, and 2. Try and tuck this knee way up into your armpit. I should have said that before. And 1, and we're good. Okay, now that we've warmed all this up, and we don't have to worry as much about gravity because we're on the floor, you're gonna pick this leg up and try your side extension, helped with your hand. See where that is. Since we're warm and we've stretched it, we should be able to get maybe a little further. A couple of years ago, I was not able to grab my toes and extend up here. So even in your 30s, where I am, you can improve your hip opening if you'll just do it. It was not as easy for me as it was when I was learning new stretches as a kid. Okay, but it can be done. So now I'm gonna grab this, I'm gonna try and get, excuse me, my shin behind my head. That's the ultimate goal. Not sure how close we are, but that's what we're gonna try. And again, we're here on the floor. We will try this standing up in a bit, but here on the floor, we don't have to worry about potentially falling over. And just give this a little flex, and a point, and a flex, and a point, and a flex, and a point. When you flex, you should feel behind your knees stretch a little bit. See if you can bring it down a little bit further. And a flex, and a point, and a flex, and a point, and a flex, and a point, and a flex, and a point. And one more, take a deep breath in, and go a little bit further. Okay, wouldn't it be great if I could do this standing up? And come out of that slowly. Let's do some little pulses. 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. One more time. See if we'll go a little bit deeper. And let that one go. Come down, just cool it off for a second. I can feel this is really tight back here because these muscles are engaging to help me get up. So we will stretch those out in a little bit. Okay, let's do side 2. Okay, make sure you're pretty stable, but you don't want to be totally relying on this arm. We want to rely a little bit on our core strength. Okay, I'm going to start with that one flexed. 8 little bat mal. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You can always add more with a flex as well. Just going to add that in. Let's do our little kicks. Develope. And 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 5, and 6, and 7, and 8. Envelope. Kick, knee into the armpit. 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 5, and 6, and 7, and 8. Okay, let's see where that guy is. And if you aren't to the point where you can wrap your hand around, that's fine. Just your ankle is fine. If you're way back here, just your shin is fine. It's a journey. I've been doing this for a certain amount of time. There was a point in my life where this was all I had. That's okay. You start with where you are. But I have been working on it, so let's go ahead. This is my tighter side. So just spend some time here seeing where that is. You can tell it's my tighter side because this leg wants to go out. Trying to keep that back. Keep breathing. Take a big breath and see if we'll go a little bit further. Okay, let's give it some little pulses. Since this is my weaker side, I'm going to do 32 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 4, 25, 26, 7, 28, 9, 30, 31, 32. And my foot doesn't like to stay pointed the whole time either. Try for that. And one more. Pull it over. Okay, pretty good. Let's take a little bit of a break. for these outside muscles that have been working before we go into the standing section. You can be done here if you want to, or you can do the second part where we'll be standing at the bar. So all I've done is cross my knees and then I'm going forward. This might be enough for you, and you can just lean over. I like to kind of send these feet out to the side and just kind of stretch out the hips. Then there's this one. This shin is going to be straight out in front of you, and then your knee bone over here is going to go under your ankle bone. So this is not kind of this crisscross pose where this foot is bent. Make sure this shin is trying to be parallel with this one. This ankle bone is at the very least on this knee bone. And you might be up here, and that's okay. It just tells you how tight you are. I was when I first started doing this one about 3 years ago. And you just slowly get the knee over here to meet this ankle. When you're ready, you can put your elbows down here and also get a little bit of a back stretch. I'm pressing my elbows into this shin and getting my back to open up a little bit before I go all the way down. You can add a little twist too if you want. This is just an opening up of this hip a little bit more. Twist if you want. Or you can just hang out there, pause the video, hang out there for as long as you want. This is my more flexible side, so I'm not going to spend as long here, but feel free to hit pause and just hang out for as long as you want. We're probably going to do that at the end of this video too, just because I'm very tight back here and we're about to re-engage these muscles that we just stretched and gave a little break to. Okay, next we have the standing series. So this will be part 2. And we're just going to start with some leg swings to get really mobile. And while I was testing the camera angle, I found out that this bar waggles a lot, so just bear with me with the sound. I'll try and hang on to this part of it. I'm going to do 16 front and back and then 16 side. And again, that's just getting this very actively mobile. We go 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, and 1. Try to get your knee behind your shoulder. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So I made sure I was very warm. I'm really trying to whack the leg up in there. This isn't a gentle leg swing like you do at the beginning of bar. Because I've already heated this up, I'm really trying to whack it up there. So So if you find that painful, back up and make sure you're warm. Oh, I'm already out of breath from that. Okay, same this side. We go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 1, 2, 3, 4. I can tell this is my good side. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Okay, whew. Cool down from that for a second. I don't have another bar here, so you're gonna get kind of a bum shot, which I really, really hate. I hate doing that to people. I think what I'll do... We're gonna get this shin. We all love this stretch. We kind of get this on the floor, shin up on the bar, and then go over as far as you can. And again, we're just getting into the hip. You can lower, get a little bit more of one. Okay. And again, pause the video if you want more time for that. Then I like to do this one out to the side. Kind of a side attitude. Okay. Just getting the hip flexible in as many different directions as possible. Okay. Now, you grab wherever you need to. Some people are still here, and that's fine. The bar can help you a lot with that. Some people have their heel, and that's great. Just watch out for coming from the back of the leg. I can't even demonstrate this, but sometimes you'll see people just trying to get the leg up, and they're turned in. That's not what we're working on right here. We're trying to turn out. Ballet is a turned out art form. So however you are grabbing your leg, make sure it's from the inside so you can pull your heel up toward the ceiling. I'm going to go ahead and grab where I can, this toe inside my hand. And like I said, whew, I couldn't do this a couple of years ago. And it just took work. So just hang out here for a second. Need to, you can adjust your grip as you get more flexible, or if your hand or your arms start to fatigue. Okay, I'm going to do 16 releve, really working into this hip. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, I'm losing my grip. 15, 16. Oh my gosh, if you did that with me, you're awesome. Okay, shake that out for a second. We're going to do one more. Gives your arm a little bit of a workout too. Oh, by the way, cheval dancewear, custom leotards. I don't know how well you can see this, but it's a beautiful picture of some point shoes I just found online. You've probably seen it in a ballet meme somewhere, but I had to put on a leotard for a test, so check it out. Okay, second thing we're gonna do with this leg, I'm gonna get this arm to relax. Pull this knee up into your chest, and watch out again for this. We are not sticking our bum out, keeping it underneath us. And I did this exercise like this for a while, and that's what led to this hip being kind of weak. So get that underneath. We're gonna pull it in. We're going to do, I call these knee lifts because your knee's up and you're lifting your shin. If you want to, you can go on releve. Okay, here we go. And I'm leaning into the bar just a little bit. 8, 7, 6, make sure you stay pointed. 5, and I just had to adjust my hip again. 4, 3, 2, 1. Hug your knee in tight, 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 tight. And let's do one more and hold for 8 counts. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good, shake that out. And this should be a little tired over here. Make sure it stays over here. I'm really regretting all the number of times I did that exercise offset on my hip. Okay, let's go side 2. Opening this up a little. Chin, chest on your shin. Pause if you want more time here. Okay, however you need to grip this, go ahead and grab it. I will admit it is a lot easier when your leg is up here. If my leg were out here, these releve would be so hard. So if you can, try and get it up almost so the foot is aiming to be over your hip. And it's just easier to lift something that's up here instead of out there. Okay, here we go, 16 releve. Again, make sure this hip is down. 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You can definitely tell this is my stronger side. This is my stronger hip, my stronger calf, and oddly enough on this side, my more flexible hip. Okay, one more time, just check out where that is. Way up there. All right, let's do the knee lifts. Okay. So, make sure the hip is down, the shin is into your chest. Oh, sorry, I need a little break over here. We're definitely gonna do this again. Stretch out this little piriformis glute area. It works really hard in ballet. These are our big ballet muscles. Ah! Okay, shin up into your chest, knee into your armpit. Releve if you like. 8 of these. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pull it in, pull, 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 pull. 8 counts. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Calm down. Shake all that up for a second. We're going to try one more. This next one is optional. I really struggle with it, but we're just going to see where it is. So going back to this leg, extend it on the bar, and you're going to go over, trying to get your shoulder in front of your knee. Grab this foot, shin, ankle, however you like, and see where that stretches. If you go look up rhythmic gymnasts or just very flexible dancers, they'll have their foot all the way over here, which I would love, but we'll see how far this goes. Okay, if you want to, check out where that stays. See, my hip was out a little bit, so it's going to drop. Whew. Side 2. Ankle, shin, wherever you need to grab. And it can also help to get the knee, the shoulder, under the knee. And I can really only do it on this side. Drop the hip. I know we like how high it looks here, but this is correct. Okay. All right, that's it. I'm gonna come back to the floor and just gonna cool all that stuff down. These have been working really hard and we wanna stretch them the other way. Start with this turning in. We're gonna hold each of these for 30 seconds. You can hold it for longer or shorter if you want to. And if you're already way in and this is easy, just skip this part, okay? 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Very gently so we don't hurt the knee joint. I'm going to take this heel and put it just above my knee. And I'm going to hold this one for 30 seconds as well. I'm going to count silently this time. Try and keep this bum cheek on the floor. If you go here, you're kind of doing the stretch, but I don't think it's as effective. If you do start to feel a pain in the knee joint, back off. That's not what we're trying to do. Come out of that slowly. Change sides. Again, you want to make sure the heel is somewhere up here above your knee joint. I really don't want to mess with anything in here. Okay. And once again, I have a more flexible side. We're going to do the crisscross again. I realized when we did it before, I only did it with the left knee on top. That's because this is my weaker and tighter side. So I only did it the one way. This time we'll do it both ways. I'm going to do this for 45 seconds. And again, you do it for as long or as short as you want. And you can stay down here, or I'm going to go up on top. Another little reminder, the shin is parallel in front of you. Make sure that this foot isn't bent in. This heel bone goes at least to the knee up here, this kind of knee bone. It can go past. The whole point is to really feel it back here in the leg. So if you're down here and you're saying, I'm not feeling anything, move this foot out. I have to explain that a lot to my younger students. And again, I can open my chest up and my back just a little. I'm just pulling here, separating my lower back just a little bit before I go all the way down. I'm going to do 60 seconds here. And I'm just counting this in my head, so if it's not accurate, sorry. And again, pause it or speed it up depending on how much time you want here. I'm going to spend a little bit longer. I just got to where I could feel this release an extra little bit. But you can go ahead and speed up, change sides, turn the video off, and go about your day. Change sides. This is my easier side to do, so we'll only spend 60 seconds here. Okay, we're good. Thanks for joining me on this. Let me know if it was helpful, if there was something that didn't make sense, and if you try it, let me know if your extension improved. You can send me a comment. My email address for Cheval Dancewear is in the little comments section. I'd love to hear from you, your experience, or if you know some exercises that are maybe more efficient for working your side extension. I would love to see them. I'll see you guys later.